Becoming a Self-Advocate, a Self-Guided Curriculum. Welcome to Becoming a Self-Advocate. In this course, you will learn about disability terms, finding out about your disability and accommodation needs, finding careers of interest, learning laws and your legal rights, setting goals, and planning for school and work. When you are done, you will better know how to do well in school and work. Please click the button below to start the chapter.
Chapter 4, Federal and State Laws for People with Disabilities. Please re-enter your name below. When you are finished, please hit Submit.
Welcome back. Remember me, Miss Jordan? In the next slide, you'll meet my colleague, Miss Jackson.
Hi, I'm Miss Jackson. Remember that you can always go back and look at the last chapter if you want to. Overview. In order for you to be a self-advocate, you must first understand the different laws about disability rights. Learning objectives. 1. Be familiar with the following laws: Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA, Individuals with Disabilities Education, IDEA, Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act, Section 508 of the Rehabilitation Act, Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, FERPA. 2. Compare ADA and IDEA. What are some important terms you should understand related to the law?
Law-related terms. Click the tabs above to learn new terms.
Educational evaluation. An educational evaluation is done in the school to find out what disabilities a student has or does not have. The evaluation is done to find out if the student is eligible for special education and other services. It is done to find out the right education program for the student. Modifications. Making modifications means changing, lowering, or reducing learning expectations. Access. Access is the right to obtain, make use of, or take advantage of something, such as services or membership. Undue burden. An undue burden is something that is very hard or costs a lot of money for an agency or organization. Discrimination. Discrimination is unfair treatment of a person or group on the basis of prejudice. Section 504. Section 504 is a civil rights law that does not allow discrimination against individuals with disabilities. Section 504 ensures that a student with a disability has equal access to an education. Affirmative action. Affirmative action refers to policies that take race, ethnicity, gender, or disability into consideration in an attempt to promote equal opportunity. ADA Amendment of 2008. The Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA, was amended in 2008 to include a more broad definition of a person with a disability.
Okay, now that you know some basic terms, it's time to go into more detail about your rights and responsibilities under these laws. Be sure to take notes as you go. We're going to use this information to play Jeopardy a little later. Individuals with Disabilities, Rights and Responsibilities. The laws. Family Education Rights and Privacy Act, 1974. FERPA. FERPA, Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, 1974. Allows students to access their own educational records, not parents. Allows post-secondary teachers to view students' educational records. Teachers don't have permission to view disability-related records, though. Individuals with Disabilities in Education Act, IDEA, 2004. IDEA, Individuals with Disabilities in Education Act, 2004. Make sure that all children with disabilities have access to a free, appropriate public education, FAPE. Require schools to prepare students for education, employment, and independent living after high school. Also requires that schools provide services to meet individuals' unique needs. What is meant by a free, appropriate public education, FAPE? What related services might be included? Under IDEA, public school districts must protect students' rights to a free and appropriate education, guarantee the right to education until a student graduates, meets the goals of an IEP, or turns 21 years of age, provide for evaluation and developing an individual education plan, IEP, provide services and document students' use of the services. In order to be eligible under IDEA, students must have a disability, auditory impairment, autism, deaf, blind, emotional disturbance, mental retardation, multiple impairments, orthopedic impairment, other health impaired, specific learning disability, speech or language impairment, traumatic brain injury, visual impairment, blindness, and must need special education and related services in order to get an educational benefit from school. Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA, Amendments Act of 2008. ADA, Americans with Disabilities Act of 2008. Public programs and services cannot discriminate against or exclude individuals with disabilities from participation because they have a disability. Rehabilitation Act, Section 504 and Section 508. Section 504, Rehabilitation Act. School districts cannot exclude individuals with disabilities from participating in programs that receive federal financial assistance. Section 508, Rehabilitation Act. Federal departments, agencies, are required to provide similar access to computer information and data for individuals with and without disabilities. ADA and Rehabilitation Act. Post-secondary schools must protect rights to an accessible education, provide access, not the education. In order to be eligible under ADA Section 504, anyone with a physical or mental impairment that substantially limits one or more major life activities, such as caring for oneself, performing manual tasks, walking, seeing, hearing, speaking, breathing, learning, and working. A person is considered to be a person with disability if he or she has a disability, has a record of disability, or is regarded as having a disability. How is IDEA different from ADA? Maybe we should compare how IDEA works in K-12 settings to how ADA works in post-secondary settings. Here are the differences between the K-12 system and the college system. K-12, governed under IDEA Section 504. College, governed under Section 504 ADA. K-12, district identifies students. College, student requests and self-discloses. K-12, district makes assessment. College, student provides documentation. K-12, district establishes eligibility. College, student identifies educational limitations. K-12, district develops an IEP. College, student requests support services and/or special classes. In K-12, the district provides supports and special classes. Here are some more differences between the K-12 system and the college system. K-12, district ensures that the IEP is implemented and goals are met. In college, the student is responsible for their own goals and progress. K-12, parents and special education professionals may advocate for student. College, students advocate for themselves. K-12, fundamental alternation is allowed by the program of study or the instructional methods. In college, accommodations may not alter the fundamental nature of credit courses, degree requirements, or certificate programs. K-12, student may receive certificate of completion instead of diploma. In college, student may receive approved vocational certification of AA or AS degree. Moreover, in K-12, the district may provide personal attendance services. In college, the student provides attendant care. In K-12, the district provides transportation to and from school, and in college, the student must provide their own transportation.
Phew, that was a lot of information. Don't worry, you can always go back and review. Plus, here's a great resource provided by the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction that reviews some of the information for you. Using all of your new knowledge about important laws, it's time to play Jeopardy!